can call on 07000 or you can send a text or WhatsApp message to 070 56537. 56537. Today on the program, I have a very special guest with me. I do have a real doctor with me on the program this morning, and I will be introducing her very, very shortly. But before that, I want to let you know that a radio doctor is Nigeria's first specialized radio health program on Women Radio WFM 91.7, broadcast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mondays through Fridays. You can always be part of the discussion, part of this conversation. You can also join us on our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at WFM 917. You can also listen live by going onto our website, www.wfm917.com, to listen from any part of the world. Today on the program, we're going to be talking about well-being as a woman, or the well-being of a woman, the well-being as a woman. I do have with me this morning a real doctor. As always, I have Dr. Laleye Oluwatosin. She is a public health specialist. Good morning, doctor. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing very well.
Thank you
Thank you
for
for
joining us on the
having me.
program again today.
Yeah, my pleasure.
It's nice to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're going to be talking about the well-being as a woman, the well-being as a woman, and because today is actually a day that we dedicate for women's health. Each day of the week,
Mm.
we dedicate each day to a medical specialty, and today we're going to be talking about women's health, and that's why we are going to be talking about well-being as a woman. So, Dr. Laleye, what comes to your mind when you hear well-being as a woman?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, Generally, when we talk about well-being, okay, of course, now I'm narrowing it down to a woman, but let me just also say that pretty much everything I'm going to say, every other person will be able to benefit from it as well. So, well-being, when we talk about the well-being of a woman, what comes to mind easily is that state of being comfortable, of being healthy, and of being happy. So, as in just generally, holistically, looking at a woman and seeing that she's comfortable,
Mm.
either in her environment or at her job or whatever it is that relates to her. She's comfortable, she's healthy. That means she has no area of her health that is worrisome, nothing to bother her health wise, and she's happy. That means she's fulfilled with the experiences of life that she has at that moment. So when we talk about the well-being of a woman, those are the things that readily come to mind. That state of being comfortable, of being healthy, and of being
Okay. Thank you,
happy.
Dr. Lally. When it comes to well-being of a woman, women are saddled with so many responsibilities, especially when
Mhm.
she becomes a wife and when she becomes a mother. Is it
Yeah.
difficult for a woman to ensure that she has a very good well-being, or is it very challenging? Is it very difficult for a woman to ensure to always have a good well-being?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would say that it can be a bit challenging because as you have said, as women we have several responsibilities. We are daughters, and then when we get married we become wives, and when we have children we become mothers, and in the midst of all these we still have careers where we have our careers. Some women are involved in business and so very many other things. So as it is, we a lot is expected from us. Yes, definitely, either on the home front or on our job or from society at large. So it can actually be challenging for a woman to always achieve this state of well-being, but it will take a deliberate effort on the part of such a woman. You as a woman you must be deliberate about your well-being. You must prioritize your well-being. So in the midst of all that is expected of us as women, we must make sure that achieving a state of well-being is our goal. So in the midst of performing your roles on your job, or making sure your business runs smoothly in the midst of being a wife, in the midst of being a mother, taking care of the home front, your children, your husband, taking care of responsibilities you have in church and whatever other groups you may belong to. You must prioritize your well-being as well. So put that on your to-do list. As you are sorting things out for other people, put yourself on that list, because you cannot afford to trade your well-being for any of the other roles that people expect you to perform.
Yes, because usually you would notice that women usually would just put themselves on the back burner,
Yeah.
just push their own well-being aside, take care of everybody
Mm-hmm.
else, the children, the husband,
Mm-hmm.
maybe their parents and what have you. But for their own personal health, they'll just push it to the background until they break down. They
Yeah.
breaking down
That
mentally, physically.
yeah.
So
That happens a lot.
yes.
So that is why we need to do programs like this and talk about these issues. As a woman, yes, a lot is expected of you. You have so many responsibilities, but you cannot afford to abandon your own well-being in the midst of it all. You must find a way. If it means you need to put a hold on some things that are expected of you for a particular time to focus on you, please feel free to do so, because you are important as well. Your well-being is important as well.
Thank you. So how can women better take care of their bodies?
Okay. So there are very, 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 very many ways that a woman can take care of her body. Taking care of your body, taking care of your health. So I will use these terms interchangeably, because they pretty much point to the same thing. So I would just like to run through a few points I have noted here on how we can take care of our bodies. One very important way that a woman can take care of her body is by making sure that they get good nutrition. I mean, you cannot overemphasize the need for good nutrition. That means as a woman, you're going to pay attention to the foods you eat, the kinds of things you put in your mouth. So you don't just say, oh, I'm busy, I don't have time for this, I don't have time to cook, I will just eat anything I see. No. If you're going to be deliberate about taking care of your body, which will in turn translate to taking care of your health, because whatever we do to our bodies will, at the end of the day, affect our health. If you do not take good care of your body, you end up breaking down and falling ill and all of that. So nutrition plays a very big role in taking care of our bodies. Another thing that is important in us taking care of our bodies is making sure that we get good exercise. Exercise. We cannot also overemphasize the importance of exercise. And it is not until you register in a gym before you can exercise. Your exercise can just be dance, which you can do from the comfort of your home. So you're a woman, you are busy, you may not even have time to make it to the gym anyway. So why not exercise within your house and target exercising for about 30 to 60 minutes on most days of the week, as we say. So if we are not able to do it every day, target getting at least 30 minutes of exercise in 4 to 5 times every week, and you should be fine. So you can take walks, brisk walk, you can get a jump rope and do skips, you can dance, as I said earlier, and a lot of other things you can do without necessarily having to register in a gym. Another thing you need to make sure to do in taking care of your body is to drink lots of water and make sure that you stay hydrated all of the time. Especially now, the weather is so dry, it's so hot, and if we do not drink enough water, we might actually be exposed to a lot of adverse effects that will result from dehydration. So you want to focus on staying well hydrated. You want to drink enough water. Another thing we need to do is to make sure that we get enough sleep. We cannot always be on the move and be on the run and not take time for our bodies to rest. It is when we sleep that our bodies take out time to repair damaged tissues and all of that. So it is important for us as women in taking care of our bodies. We must prioritize sleep. We must prioritize adequate rest. I know that this is Lagos. Lagos is crazy and all of that. It might be difficult to get adequate sleep, but if we are deliberate about it, we can actually get it done. Target getting at least 6 hours of sleep every night. You should actually get more than 6 hours, but at least 6 hours is a good place to start. Try to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night as much as you can. And another thing we can do also to take care of our bodies is, of course, to maintain good hygiene. As a woman, right from a very young age, we've been taught about the importance of hygiene. Take a bath, groom your body well, do your hair when you need to. Just make sure that you keep your body clean, you keep your home clean, put on clean clothes, and make sure that the environment you live in is clean. Because, of course, good personal hygiene also enhances our health. When we live in unhygienic conditions, we are prone to infections from bacteria, virus, and all of that. So good hygiene is also a good way of taking care of our body. So yeah, I believe I've been able to mention some ways in which a woman can actually look after her body.
Thank you very much. Can we talk about feminine hygiene? I'm talking about the nether regions of a woman's body. Could you please educate women about that as well? Because some women do not have an understanding of the proper way to clean their private area. Some argue that it should be, maybe they should use dish, or maybe they should use soap, or what is your own take on all these feminine washes that are available? What is the
Okay.
proper way to clean your private area as a woman?
Okay, as a woman and then medically, we really do not recommend the dosing you mentioned, because what some of those things do is that, okay, I'll start by saying this. For every part of our body, yes, we've all been told that bacteria are harmful, they cause illnesses in our bodies. Yes, that is true. But it is also true that several parts of our body have what we call normal flora. The normal flora, that's the normal bacteria that as we are created, as we are made, those things exist in those spaces. So the same thing for the private part of the woman, which is the vagina. There is what we refer to as the normal flora of the vagina. These are organisms that reside normally in the vagina, and if nothing disturbs them, they don't cause any infection in that area, because they should rightfully be there. So when we practice some of these things you've mentioned in a bid to practice hygiene and all of that, some women insert a lot of things into the vagina in the aim of trying to clean and all of that. Medically, we do not recommend these things. These things are not necessary. Cleaning up with plain soap and water, the normal soap you use to have your bath, that's all you need to clean up that area. And you don't need to insert the soap into the vagina orifice. All of that is not necessary. Because when you insert some of these things, several women insert, some of them are actually corrosive, and they cause much more damage in that area than they ever bargained for. And I talked about the normal flora. When we are overly involved in saying we must clean and insert things to wipe clean, we end up wiping out the normal flora that should protect that place from infection. And when the normal flora is out, pretty much anything can cause infection in that area. So because of that, you don't want to be too zealous in saying you want to clean. Really, why do we even believe that place is so dirty anyway? I don't know where we got that idea from and all that. We use the restroom, we use ourselves. Yes, of course. So as a woman, when you're done urinating or stuff, you wipe yourself with dry tissue. Yes, make sure you keep that place clean and dry. That is what you need most of the time. So inserting things into the vaginal orifice is not really advisable. After all, we all go to the toilet with stool. We don't insert soap into our anus to clean it because we are just told.
Yes.
So if we are not doing that for the anus, and we all know what comes out of the anus, stool is filthy, smelly, and all that is waste coming out of there. So if we are not doing that for the anus, I don't see reason why we need to be overly zealous in cleaning out the vagina. So we want to protect that area. We don't want to kill the normal flora. Just want to keep it clean and dry. And as much as possible, try to put on cotton underwear so that air is able to move in freely. Don't put on too many tight fitting things underneath there so that you don't end up sweating and creating an environment for fungi to grow. So if you are doing all of that, I think you should be fine. You don't need to be inserting things to say you want to clean up.
In that case, why do you think a lot of these products are so common in the market, like all these feminine washes, all these douches, and all that? Why do you think it's so common if it's not actually the proper way to clean your private area? So why do you think it's so common? It's readily available at any supermarket, at any store. Uh, don't you think there should be some kind of regulation around this, or is it that
Yeah,
women are not aware?
I think so. I think that, well, and I know that with the level of, as we continue to enlighten people, and once our people become aware, the truth is that the people that produce all of these things, they are also in the market for business. You understand?
Mm,
And you know the way it is in society, people are pretty much free to choose what they want to do. Even if things have been proven medically not to help, it doesn't mean that some people will still not choose to do it because, of course, they believe that it helps them. You understand what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
So I think that our own role that we have to play is just to continue to enlighten people. By the time we help them see reason why these things do not help, of their own accord, they'll be able to make better choices and choose not to use those things. Yes,
Yes.
those things are in the market because people buy them, and the people making them are, of course, making money from it, and they continue to do that. So
Mm,
we will continue to enlighten people and get them to really understand why they don't really need to.
mm. Okay, thank you very much. Now let's talk about stress. Women women generally multitask, especially when you become a mom, a wife, especially with children. When you start bearing children, you do so much from making sure they are well, eat properly, to making sure they are well taken care of, and just everything that has to do with your children. It's a whole lot of um, it's a whole lot of work, and
Yeah,
that also would come with stress as well. So how would you
yeah,
advise women? What would you say to women, how they can manage stress, and how they can
okay.
be able to manage stress that comes with the daily workload that they have to encounter every single
Okay.
day? Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Of course, we cannot talk about our well-being as women without mentioning the area of stress. And stress is a very, I don't know, it's just everywhere, pretty much everywhere. And depending on the size of family you have, the kind of job you do, the city you live in. Like for those of us living in Lagos, stress is pretty much a part of our lives. But we need to find ways to ease stress so that we will not suffer some of the negative side effects of stress. I will mention a few of them. Some of the negative effects of stress, as in when we've been stressed chronically, um, going through stress over a long period of time, it can actually predispose us to headaches. We can have increased risk of depression. Um, Chronic stress can result in heartburn. You start having symptoms of heartburn, and this is because stress will lead to increased production of stomach acid, and so you can experience heartburn. Stress can increase the risk of a heart attack.
Mm,
Stress can increase our blood pressure, and of course, stress weakens the immune system. And when the immune system is weak, we cannot fight infections on our own. And of course, stress can also impact on our reproduction as women, because stress has been found out to introduce fertility problems, because sometimes when women are stressed, the menstrual cycle, for example, the menstrual flow that should come every month can actually cease in
mm,
certain women, depending on the level of stress they're exposed to. So I've just said all of this to open our eyes to a lot of the dangerous things that can happen when we're stressed. So in order to maintain our state of well-being, we must be able to get on top of stress. And one of the ways we can do that is by first realizing that it is very possible for us to handle stress and handle stress positively. When we know that it is possible to handle stress positively, then we begin to look at ways by which we can do this. For example, you've gone through the week, you are stressed, the weekend is approaching. You have to just, like I said earlier, we need to be deliberate about these things. So you need to make up your mind that, okay, I am going to take out so and so time to rest. And make sure that you prioritize that time to rest. No matter what it is expected of you to do, you need to prioritize that time for you to rest and find something that helps you relax. We all know ourselves, so you know what works for you. For one person, it might be going to the movie hall. You can hang out with your friends, go to the movies, catch a movie or two. Just an atmosphere where you relax. You know that you're not getting any work done. So that's one way to relieve stress. Another way to, for some other person, it might just be going out to the pool to take a swim. Yes. Swimming is a very good exercise that can help us relieve stress. For some other person, it might be reading a book. You just pick up a book to read. Of course, not a very serious book, maybe a storybook or something.
Yes.
So different people, different things work for different people. For some other person, it might just be taking out time to eat really good food. So you treat yourself to a date. Even if nobody's taking you out on a date, please feel free to take yourself out on a date. Go to some nice restaurant, order some good food, eat, and just relax. Make sure that your mind at that time, you're not bothered about work. You're not thinking about, okay, what will my children eat? What are they doing? Get somebody to watch them if you already have
Doctor,
children.
I'm really glad you mentioned that women should take themselves out on a date.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like a lot of women wait for men to take them out on a date. There's nothing bad in taking yourself out and treating
Exactly. There's
yourself
nothing
to a nice meal. And just
exactly. That is something I had to learn myself.
Yes.
So yes, as much as it's romantic and cool to have either your husband or the person you're in a relationship with take you out, I dare say that you are feel free to take yourself out on a date. Feel free to take yourself to the cinema. You can go in there, pay your money, hey, just relax. So we should not always wait until someone takes us on, because all of these things help us relax. And for us career women, please let us prioritize our leave period. I want to believe every organization gives annual leave their employees. Yes. So please don't be that person who would say, what will I be doing at home? I don't need my leave. Even if you feel you don't need that leave for anything, take your leave all the same. Be at home. Sleep, eat, wake up, rest. Don't go anywhere. If you feel you don't need it for anything, I tell you, it will go a long way. It will help you to recalibrate. It will help you to even be more productive on your job by the time you resume. So let us prioritize rest, and let us prioritize handling stress in positive ways. One of the negative ways we can handle stress is through smoking tobacco or excessive intake of alcohol. So some people feel that, okay, I'm so stressed, the way I can just deal with it is just to drink and drink and drink. No, that will further negatively impact our health, and it will even increase the level of stress we are trying to avoid. So in handling stress, we must focus on the positive ways of dealing with what is stressing us other than the negative ways. And another way we can handle stress is by having one or two people we can talk to. You know, you may not even be the type that is outgoing, you may not have a lot of friends, but it helps to have those one or two people in your circle whom you know that you can call them up even in the middle of the night. You can call them up at any time of the day and you can talk to them about anything. You know, there's this saying that says that a problem shared is a problem half solved, something like that. So when you talk about the things bothering you, when you let it all out, you feel there's this ease that comes with it. Of course, I'm not saying you should go around telling everybody about what is ailing you, but you have that one person you can confide in, that you can talk to, somebody whom you know they will not go and broadcast whatever it is you've told them. So from time to time, let's make sure we have that kind of person in our corner we can talk to. And sometimes just having a very robust and rich discussion with someone can help put us at ease. That thing that you are so worried and agitated about, talking to someone about it, and the person sharing, for all you know, the person has gone through that kind of thing as well. And they are being able to share with you what they did to overcome it will help you in a long way. And you find that, hey, I'm relaxed all of a sudden. So we should learn to explore things like that in making sure that we maintain our state of well-being.
You're very right, Doctor. It's actually good to share your problems or issues you might be going through with someone. But the thing is, how often can you find someone that can really confide in? It's very rare. to find a
Yeah,
confidant you can actually
it can
confide
be.
in,
Yeah,
because so some women are kind of very careful and might be a little bit hesitant because you don't want to share your issues with someone. And before, even someone you could even think it's a close friend, you might just share something with them, and before you know it, it's all over the place. But it's a very good point, doctor, that you
yeah.
raised.
And
And
yeah,
yes.
I also sorry. I would also like to add here that, of course, in for us women to be in that state of well-being that we ought to be in, we cannot overemphasize the importance of our mental health too. And I'm happy that
Yes.
a lot of discussion is going on right now about mental health. And I remember to mention this because of what you just said. It might not really be easy to find someone you can confide in. Hey, you can book an appointment to see a psychologist. Gone are the days that people are made to feel that if you go to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist, it means that you have mental problems. No, it doesn't mean that you have mental problems. You know, talking to a psychologist or a psychiatrist actually provides you a safe place to be able to discuss whatever issues you have. And you know, there's this thing we call patient-doctor confidentiality. Your psychologist or your psychiatrist cannot discuss what you've told them with anybody. So you don't have to be afraid that, what if I think this person is my friend and I share my problems with him, her, and then maybe when we quarrel, the person decides to put it on social media, blah, blah, blah. I know that a lot of that has been happening of late. So we can actually, there are professionals we can talk to. You can actually book an appointment to talk to a professional. And it doesn't mean that you are crazy. No. It doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. No. It just means that you are being deliberate about your mental health and you want to do all you can to preserve your mental health. So, yes, talking to a professional is also something you can do to help you ease stress and just to help you lay off some of the things that may be stressing you mentally.
So if a woman feels very depressed and she just feels that she's not herself anymore, or she feels that she's just about to burn out or about to have a nervous breakdown or a panic attack or something, are you advising that she should just go and see a psychologist or psychiatrist? Is that what you're advising?
Yeah, I strongly advise that. And you might just even start from seeing your doctor, your regular doctor that you see, your GP.
Okay.
So by the time he or she assesses you and feels you probably will benefit from talking to a psychologist, then you can move on. So please don't feel ashamed if you need to talk to a psychologist or a psychiatrist about issues that you yourself know that, hey, I'm really not handling it well. Or if you feel that I'm losing it here, please feel free to talk to this professional. Those things go a long way to help. And I'm happy that our society is gradually embracing the help of such professionals now. The stigma is still there, I know, but this is not as bad as it was a couple of years ago.
Thank you very much for that. So when it comes to the issue of supplements and vitamins, what kinds of supplements and vitamins would you recommend for a woman or for women?
Okay, yeah, I know that there are lots of supplements out there. I really won't be recommending any one per se, but what I just will focus on is, as a woman, please prioritize your nutrition. Eat healthy, balanced diet. And we all know what balanced diet is. Food that has to contain all the classes of food available: carbohydrates, proteins, fats and oil, minerals, vitamins, water. So please make sure that you balance your diet. Take a lot of fruits, take vegetables. The truth is that, yes, some of these supplements contain some of these vitamins, but hey, if you can have them fresh, why do you need to take it in a tablet? So for me, for most people around me, for my patients that I see, I always recommend getting these things fresh. And you don't need to break the bank before you are able to eat healthy. For fruits, for vegetables, most of the time these things are in season. So just focus on the fruit that is in season. It's not until you buy the very expensive fruits before you can be recognized as having taken fruits and vegetables. So take what you can find locally around you. Take vegetables, take fruits. Just be sure you eat foods that are rich in nutrients. Avoid junk food as much as possible. I don't need to begin to tell us what junk food are. We all know all the things we eat that are not real food. So let's do away with those ones. So as against recommending supplements, I would rather recommend healthy nutrition. And I know that we'll benefit a lot if our nutrition is healthy.
Yes, thank you. You're listening to Radio Doctor and WFM 91.7. Radio Doctor, your free health consultation program where real doctors advise real people. As you can see, I've been discussing with a real doctor. I'm talking about Dr. Laleye Luatosi, a public health specialist. Yes, you can call in if you have questions. Go ahead and call on 07000 917 917, 07000 917 917. You can also call on 090 256 25455, or you can also send a text or WhatsApp message to 070 317 565 37, 070 317 565 37. If you have questions for Dr. Laleye, please go ahead and call in and she'll be glad to answer your questions. So call on 07000 917 917, 07000 917 917, or send a text or WhatsApp message to 070 317 565 37. Thank you, Dr. Laleye, for being on the program with us this morning again. We do appreciate you for your time. Doctor, when it comes to routine checkups or screening, how often should a woman go to the hospital for routine medical checkups?
Okay, well, there, I would say at this point that at least as a woman, you should target doing that at least once a year.
Once a year,
but if you have other underlying health conditions that will require you do that more often than that, please feel free to do. But at least, if, of course, the way we all generally see ourselves, where a lot of people are generally healthy, you don't feel sick, you are not on any medication and all of that. And so we say we're healthy, nothing is wrong with me, why should I go? So if you belong to that category, just target doing routine tests once a year. You can pretty much walk into any health facility or go to see your regular GP. They will provide you with a list of tests that you can do. Yes, so there are
once
various
a year.
tests you can do. Yes, at least once a year. Try to go in to do some of these checkups. And if you're a woman above 40 years, you're getting a mammogram is also one of the tests you will do. Because after the age of 40, yes, you're supposed to do that at least once a year. But if you're a woman who has a positive history of breast cancer, for example, you need to do yours earlier than 40 years. I think the recommendation now is to start at 35 in getting your yearly mammogram. And I would also say that as women, if we notice anything in our bodies, even if we think it is nothing, please tell a doctor about it. Go see a doctor about it. It's better to go see a doctor about it and find out that it's nothing than to sit on it, believing it's nothing. Meanwhile, it is something really serious. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So whatever change you notice in your body, even if you've done your check for the year and the check said you are fine, and after doing your check, you notice something different, please always reach out to a doctor about it. It's prevention, they say, is better than cure. It's better to prevent things from developing than having them develop and then struggling to get over them. So let us target getting our yearly checkup. Let's start from there. And then if the need arises to do more than that, I'm sure that our healthcare providers will be able to help us with whatever other area is doing.
Yes. Now, medical checkups, are they very expensive or is it affordable enough for a woman to do?
Okay, that's a tricky one.
Or it depends on the kind of hospital you go to.
Yeah, well, it depends on the centers you go to. But the truth about it is that we must all realize that healthcare is not cheap. Healthcare is actually not cheap anywhere in the world. But that does not also mean that it is not affordable. You understand?
Yes.
So we just need to be deliberate. Because in the midst of us saying that, this test is too expensive, I can't afford it, by the time you sit down to count how many social events you attended during the year, how many ashwebis you bought with matching gele and purse.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You know what, as women. Yeah, and
that is a good one.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if we can make plans to make money available for that, then our health should not suffer. So right now, I've talked about you targeting doing this once a year.
Yes.
So why not go into your healthcare provider, find out how much these things cost, and actually budget for it. It's something you can save up for. So when you plan for it, For example, I'm just going to mention a arbitral figure. I'm not saying that this is the case. If, for example, for you to run those routine tests will cost you maybe 15,000 naira or 20,000 naira for a whole year, you can plan to save for it per month.
Yes.
You understand? If, for example, you save 2,000 naira per month, in how many months you would have been able to save up for it? So you just target, okay, at so month of the year is when I will do. Maybe you choose June, for example. So you would have started saving for it if it's 1,000 or 2,000 up until. But the first step is for you to find out how much you even need to get it done. Once you know how much, then you can spread it and save towards it. So because it's very important, we need to prioritize it. We don't need to look at it and say, oh, this is too expensive, it's not for me. No. If we actually plan for it, we will be able to get it done.
Yes, I really like the fact that you were very real there with women and the HIBs. That your health is more important than any HIB. So thank you, doctor, for that tip. You can actually start saving towards your routine checkup every year. So it's very, very important to make sure you prioritize your health. Very, very, very important. Thank you for that, doctor.
Yes. And okay, I would just like to also chip in this. Another way to plan for this routine checkup is we can even explore health insurance.
Okay.
Because when we buy health insurance packages from most of the health insurance companies we have around us, some of those plans actually include routine annual medical checkups.
Okay.
So if you plan for your health so well and you buy into one of these plans, you buy a plan that will afford you the opportunity to carry out a routine annual medical checkup, then you won't need to worry about paying for it at the time you will need it. So that's one other way we can plan for that.
Okay, thank you
plan
so
for our
much.
Health in general.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Yes, we're still waiting for your calls. Go ahead and call in on 07000 917 917 07000 917 917. It is 17 minutes to 11. You're listening to the Radio Doctor on WFM 91.7. My special guest for the program is Dr. Laleye Oluwatosi. She's a public health specialist. This is a very rare opportunity. So you have questions, go ahead and call in now before we round up on the program. Go ahead and call in 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You're a woman or you're a man, you have questions concerning your health, especially if you're a woman, because we're talking about women's health today. Go ahead and call on 07000 917 917 or text 070 317 56537. Yes, moving right along, doctor, I want to talk about we'll ask the question. We'll have a call coming in. Hello.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Glory.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine.
Your name is Glory?
Yes, I'm calling from the station.
You have a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Please, there is this thing that I noticed in chest. So it's like when... Are you hearing me?
You said you noticed something on your chest.
Like it's like when you eat something very hard.
Okay.
So it's like I have to take water for the thing to come down.
Okay.
But I have to take everything to make. If I take everything to make the pain to come down, at times I will be hitting my back to make. I didn't eat anything strong, and I don't even understand. It's the thing on my chest there. Just I won't get myself, but I have to take something like a ferritin to make the pain to reduce.
Okay.
So I don't know what.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for your call. The doctor will answer your question now. Hello, doctor.
Okay. Can you please repeat what she asked? I didn't hear her clearly.
Okay. She said that there's something in her chest that whenever she tries to eat or maybe drink something, she feels she feels that it's uncomfortable and she has to take Pericil or something like that, but it's still there, that she feels it anytime she tries to eat something. I believe that's what she was saying. So she was just asking about what it was and what she can do about it. Yes.
Okay, I wish I was able to ask her if she's been to a doctor
Mm.
to complain about that. So my advice is please see a doctor about it.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Yes, you've described a bit of what it is, but we cannot exactly figure out what it is until we, you see a doctor. A doctor will take a proper history, examine you.
Okay.
Probably there are tests that would need to be done, especially since it's something that's internal. It's something you feel on the inside. So it's going to be difficult for me to just say over the radio what it is.
Yes.
So please see a doctor. Please see a doctor. Please see a doctor. And well, I wouldn't know if she called in from Lagos State. Did she call in from Lagos?
The location, I didn't really hear that part very well.
Okay.
Yes.
If you are listening to us and you are in Lagos State, if you feel you don't have money to go to a hospital, and I know that treatment at the health centers are free, and you can also get to see a doctor at the health center, the primary health care center. So please visit one closest to your local government and make sure that a doctor sees you.
Okay,
Thank
we
you
have
very
another
much.
call coming in now. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What is your name, please? Where are you
Morning.
calling from?
My name is Val. I'm calling from somewhere in Solo.
All right, Val.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, all right.
I'm married with children,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And I'm one of those men who used to tell my wife, you have to clean up, you have to wash up and all that,
Okay.
But time and time again, she had always said no, that the body is self-cleaning. Yeah.
Okay.
So after a while, I allowed her.
Okay.
Now, if we tell her to clean once in a while,
Mhm,
right,
mhm.
because she wants some sort of, she's a tidy person anyways,
Okay.
right? But I keep saying, okay, once in a while you have to, if you have to be together, I think we should clean up and the rest of it.
Okay.
Now, once in a while, cleaning up for your man's sake, is that bad?
Okay. Wait. When you say clean up, what? Could you be
Yeah.
exact, please?
I mean, like using the toilet soap, wash your private part and all
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Right? Now,
Okay.
yeah, would that be bad?
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
sometimes put them under pressure for
Okay.
the wrong thing.
Okay. Okay. So you say your question is it bad for your wife to clean up before you get intimate? Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Extra cleaning, right? That's what you mean, right?
Not really extra cleaning. Maybe joint bath, use soap, toilet soap, wash up and all that. Nothing extra really.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the doctor will answer your question. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate your call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, if I heard him well, is it bad to clean up before getting intimate?
Yes,
what is
because
that?
you were saying that when it comes to a woman's private area, she doesn't really need to use any soap or any wash
No,
for
that's
that.
not what I said. Maybe he got me wrong. I said the regular soap a woman uses to take her bath is okay to clean. That is not until what I was really against was inserting things into. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't. No. I didn't say that a woman cannot clean up with soap. And of course, before getting intimate, in fact, for the benefit of both of you, not just the woman, even the man, it's even okay for both of you to take your bath before
Okay.
getting intimate. Yes.
Okay.
As
But
in
how
be
about
clean, you
how about
understand?
using soap around
you
your
can-
private
you-
area?
Yes, you can use soap to clean your private area, but do not insert
Do not
the soap
insert.
into.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I was
Okay.
talking about.
Okay.
Of course, you can use soap to clean up your private area. That is
Okay.
allowed. The
Okay.
regular soap you used to have your bath to do, but inserting soap into, you know that the vagina has an orifice. It has an opening.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm talking about is inserting
Mm.
soap or whatever other material into that orifice. That is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But of course, the genital area, why not?
Okay.
Same thing goes for a man. You should clean up with soap, yes,
Okay.
but not inserting soap or any other thing into the orifice.
Okay. So the answer to his question is it's okay if he wants his
Yes,
wife
very
to clean
okay.
up before being
Advisable,
intimate. Yes.
everything.
Yes.
For
Okay.
both the man and the woman. It's
Okay.
very okay.
All right. Thank you for the answer, Dr. Laleye. Yes, you can go ahead and call in if you have more questions on 070-917 07000 917 917 917. You can also send a text or WhatsApp message to 070-317 565 37 070-317 565 37. Yes, and I was just the last question I was going to ask is just if you could just educate us just a little bit. We just have about 3 more minutes to go on how
Okay.
a woman can have a healthy sexual life.
Oh wow. Okay. That's a lot. So let
Just
me
maybe
just see.
some tips. Just a few tips.
Okay. So well, sexual health, of course, there are of course a lot of ways that the sexual life of a woman can invariably affect her health. Number one, sexual activities can lead to pregnancy, as we all know, and we all know how pregnancy can change the life, the body, and everything, even the health status of certain women. Some women don't even really find pregnancy serious. So for you as a woman, you need to know, okay, I mean, I'm sexually active. Am I ready to get pregnant?
All right. Sorry, doctor. We just have another call coming in. Can we just take that call?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning. What is your name, please? Where are you calling from?
My name is Mrs. Aisha. I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay, Aisha from Lagos. Can you please step up from the radio, please?
Okay.
Can you step up from the radio? All right, go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Is there a permanent tablet for menstrual pain?
A permanent tablet for menstrual pain?
Yes, for menstrual pain.
Okay. All right. Is that all you want to ask the doctor? Is that your question? Is that all?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for your question. All right, Dr. D.
Okay.
Yes, did you hear what she said? Okay.
So I heard what you said, but this program is not really about giving prescriptions over the radio.
Okay.
So if you need medication for menstrual pain, please see your doctor, and they will be able to assist with that.
Okay. So yes.
Yeah. So I was saying, for a woman who is sexually active, you need to think pregnancy. Is it something you're ready for? If it's not something you're ready for, you might want to explore contraceptives. There are very many of them that are readily available. So you can walk into any clinic and you get enlightenment with that. Another way, of course, being sexually active, you are also at risk of getting a sexually transmitted infection. So you want to be careful who your partner is. You want to be, and you might want to use condoms, for example, to help protect against sexually transmitted infection. But just as a woman, of course, you need to be very, very, very careful who your sexual partner is, because you can be at risk of a sexually transmitted infection. And of course, for a cancer like cervical cancer, for example, cervical cancer, one of the predisposing factors to cervical cancer is having multiple sexual partners. So as a woman who wants to prioritize her health, who wants to be in a state of well-being, and you know that your sexual life also impacts that, you need to be careful the amount of exposure you are having. You might want to limit the number of sexual partners you have, so that you will not put yourself at risk of some of these things that we've talked about. And of course, having multiple sexual partners can also predispose to having sexually transmitted infection.
I think this topic, doctor, is a topic that we have to really tackle.
Yeah,
on a different day and another episode on its own, because it's like you said, it's a whole lot under this question right here. But we're really out of time right now. But I want to really thank you, Dr. Lale Oluwatosin, for your time. Thank you so much for educating us very well on this topic, well-being as a woman. Yes, hopefully maybe next time we can actually treat the topic of how a woman can have a healthy sexual life on this program. I think that would be a very good topic that we can really tackle next time on the program. So thank you so much, Dr. Lale Oluwatosin. We really do appreciate you. She's a public health specialist, and thank you for all you do for mankind as a doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. And do have a wonderful day.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lale. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so that will be it on Radio Doctor this morning. Thanks so much for your calls. Thanks for participating. Thanks for listening as well. Really do appreciate you for being part of the program today. Join me next week, Monday at 10 a.m. for another interesting episode of Radio Doctor on WFM 91.7. My name is Timmy Tokwe Oluleye. Please stay safe and stay tuned to Real FM and to WFM 91.7.
Radio Doctor, your free phone-in health consultation program every Friday from 10 to 11 a.m.